Today, I would like to tell you about, especially about dhana, because there are a large number of people today here uh, who have come, all of you have come here, and you are participating in this Sangha Dana. Lord Buddha's advice to people is to grow in your mind. And how do you grow? It is through dana, shila, and bhavana. Dana is offering, giving, sharing. That is dana. Shila is what you have undertaken, panchashila, good behavior, moral behavior. Bhavana is development of the mind through samatha, through vipassana, meditations. Dana, shila, bhavana. ಜ್ಞಾಪಕ ಇರುತ್ತಾ ಮೂರು ಶಬ್ದ? Dana, shila, bhavana. That is the practice. That is all. Whatever you call spiritual practice, Dhamma practice, religious practice or mental practice, it doesn't matter what you call it. But ultimately, it is developing the mind through dana. Why the Buddha, Supreme Buddha, advised about dana as the first step? Because the mind is very selfish. All the time thinking about oneself. To loosen it, to loosen that mind, to relax that mind, to open that mind, like opening the doors. Dana makes selfless. The very thought that, oh, I want to offer, I want to give, means selfless. It cuts the very root of selfishness. And dana, you cannot do with anger. You cannot do with violence. You cannot do with jealousy. When you do dana, it has to be with maitri, with compassion, with friendliness. Right? So this dana is the first step. Then shila is for your good behavior, moral behavior, your conduct, how you act in your body, how you act in your mind. That is shila. Act in speech. And bhavana is mind, how you develop the mind. Lord Buddha, after enlightenment, he visited Kapilavastu, his birthplace, his Sakya capital, and he changed the minds of the entire family. When Lord Buddha came back after 7 years after enlightenment, when he met first time his father, his mother, Maha Devi, his own mother passed away, but his foster mother, Prajapati Gautami, and his brothers and sisters, and so many of them, they transformed their minds. They became saintly people. They became Sotapanna, Sagadagami, Anagami, like that. So later on, when he visited again, that time, Lord Buddha was living in Kapilavastu. Just beside Kapilavastu, there was beautiful park called Nigrodhavana that was offered to Lord Buddha. monks were living there. At that time, his mother, Maha Gautami, his foster mother, Prajapati Gautami, she was so faithful. She made a robe, weaving herself with her own hands. She herself stitched the robe and she brought it to Lord Buddha. And after paying homage, she said, "Oh Bhagwan, I have made this new pair of clothes spun by me and woven by me. Everything's done by me, specially for you, oh Lord Buddha. Please accept it out of compassion." Then Lord Buddha said, "Oh Gautami, Upasika Gautami, offer this robe to the Sangha. That will bring you much more merits, much more punya." But this Maha Prajapati Gautami was, she wanted to give it to Lord Buddha only. So she said second time, "Oh Bhagwan, please accept. I have made it myself, specially for you." Then the Buddha said again, "Oh Gautami Upasika, give it to the Sangha." Sangha means, which the Buddha said, when you offer it to the Sangha, it will be like offering to me as well. So when you do Sangha Dana, even Lord Buddha is included there. So that will be much merit for you, much punya. So Lord Buddha wanted her to expand her intention, not just to one Lord Buddha. Maybe even there was an element of some attachment. Oh, Buddha is my son, like that. Or maybe out of some kind of veneration, special veneration. Lord Buddha saw that it has to be an exemplary dhana. That's why he said, "Oh, Prajapati Gautami, offer it in the name of Sangha. Then you are offering to me as well as to the Sangha. That will be much more merit." So Lord Buddha wanted to teach this so that even after his passing away, the Sangha will continue. The Buddha's dispensation, sasana, will continue. When for 3 times she requested, Lord Buddha repeated the same thing for 3 times. And then, when this was said 3rd time, now Ananda Bhante, who was sitting there, he said, "Oh Bhagwan, please accept this new pair of clothes from Maha Prajapati Gautami. She was so helpful to our blessed Lord. She was mother. She after your mother passed away in 7 days, Maha Maya Devi, she passed away after 7 days. She only nursed you, oh Lord. She only gave milk and she gave her life to raise you. Oh Bhagwan, please accept it." And on the contrary, Lord Buddha, you were so kind enough to her. You came and you gave Dhamma, you taught her Dhamma. And with that teachings, she is transformed. She is very well established in her refuge in Buddha refuge in Dhamma, refuge in Sangha. And she is very well established in Panchashila. So these are the qualities which describe attainment of Sotapanna, first level of enlightenment. So Maha Prajapati Gautami was Sotapanna. That means her confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha is unshakable. Nobody can change that. And then her Panchashila is perfect. These four are the qualities of Sotapanna. You have taken Trisarana, no? Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, like that. When it becomes unshakable, that your goal is enlightenment, the path is Dhamma. When it becomes unshakable, when you are Sotapanna, when you become Sotapanna, then it becomes unshakable. And Panchashila that you have undertaken, all the Shilas become natural life. It is not that, oh, you have to remember and follow it like that. No. They become your natural life. So strong. So that is the gift Lord Buddha had given to her. You see, many people think in India, ignorant people, they think, oh, Siddhartha Gautama left home. He was not responsible. Such stupid people are also there. He left home to become enlightened Buddha. He left home to come back to home and teach the Dhamma. And he transformed all the relatives into enlightened beings. He has given the gift of enlightenment. He has fulfilled the responsibility, the ultimate responsibility, the ultimate care and love that one can express. That is the gift of freedom and happiness and enlightenment. Not putting somebody back into suffering and ignorance, greed and hatred, attachment and complications. So this is the greatest thing. The only one who has fulfilled the real responsibility of being a father, a husband, a son. If there is anybody, it is only the Lord Buddha who has fulfilled. So Ananda Bhante says, you have bestowed on her this greatest gift of Dhamma. So because of that, now Maha Prajapati Gautami has attained to this very high level. So Lord Buddha said, he says, that is so, oh Ananda, that is indeed, it is like that. So, if somebody has respect and somebody has to pay debt, then somebody who has gone to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha in a true way refuge, and somebody follows the Panchashila in a very true way, and somebody offers all the requisites, and by doing so one becomes wise person to understand the four noble truths, the noble truth of suffering, cause of suffering, end of suffering, and the path leading to end of suffering. That is the real way of paying back our debt, and that is the real way of paying homage. So then Lord Buddha gives tells about the dhana. He tells about how the highest benefit you will get by offering to supremely enlightened Buddha. Then next highest dhana, highest merit is Pacheka Buddha. Next highest merit is Arhanta. Then Anagami, Sagadagami, Sotapanna, all these enlightened levels. Then these virtuous people. Then next is like ordinary person who is a virtuous person. Then ordinary person who is immoral person. When you give dana to that fellow, even then also you'll have punya. And then if you give dana to animals, even that will also bring so much of punya, like that. In order of purity and attainment, your punya will also be there. But even after giving dana to animals, you have so much of punya, what to talk of giving to virtuous people and enlightened people, like that. So Lord Buddha says, by giving dana to animal, you may expect result 100-folds, so many times more. And you will gain in long life, beauty, happiness, and strength. Dirghayu, beauty, and sukha and bala, all these, and intelligence. And it will make your mind free from agitation. This is the power of dana. Even when you offer to animals, Lord Buddha says. Then imagine when you give to some immoral fellow, it will be even 1,000 times more. And when you give to moral person, nothing to talk of that. It will be 1,000 times more. And when you start giving dana to enlightened people, there is nothing to explain about that. Immeasurable, incalculable benefits. So dana done in any manner to any people, any living being, is of great benefit. So Lord Buddha gave this explanation about individual danas from supremely enlightened Buddha, Pacceka Buddha, Arhanta, enlightened stages, and virtuous people at all these levels. Then he said, further, there is much more merits when you make Sanghadana. And what is this Sanghadana? There are again different kinds of Sanghas that you can get. One is Sangha where Lord Buddha is there, Bhikkhu Sangha is there, Bhikshuni Sangha is there, all are there. Then of course that is a very, very great meritorious. Or you offer dana without the Buddha, bhikkhus and bhikkhunis together are there, that kind of sangha, then only bhikkhus or then only bhikkhunis. So these are different sangha danas. Then he says, then there are, when a bhikkhu is appointed, somebody invites and a bhikkhu is sent. Okay, you go. And when you offer to that bhikkhu as the representative of Sangha, then also it is meritorious. And like that bhikkhuni. And then a time will come in far future when that bhikkhu Sangha, the people will be forgetting the Dhamma. There will not be many monks left. Somebody will be call himself as a monk, but he is a householder. he will be a married person. He will be like a pujari, no more monk. But still he will tie one collar, one yellow cloth or one something on his arm as representation of monk. Even when you offer to such person, remembering the Sangha, then that is also Sangha Dana. So here, it is not the individual that you are looking at, but you are offering to Sangha as your intention. So Lord Buddha said, even then, that will be of much more high dana. And then further, Lord Buddha explains purification of dana, how this dana is purified. There are 4 kinds of dana. That is, unvirtuous person is offering dana to virtuous person. So because the receiver is virtuous person, good person, that dana becomes purified. That giver may be unvirtuous, giver might have acquired the wealth or anything in a wrong way or whatever, or he is not following the Shila, whatever. But he or she is giving dana to virtuous person, so that dana becomes purified. Or the receiver is unvirtuous. Receiver is not pure. But the giver is pure. His intention or her intention is very pure. With pure intention, that person is offering. Then also that dana becomes pure. And then there is possibility that both are unvirtuous. Then that dana will be not purified. Both are virtuous. Then of course nothing to talk of that. And both are enlightened. Then of course there is nothing to talk. One Arya giving dana to another Arya, it is of course of very great this one. So like that you can see analysis how Lord Buddha has analyzed the dana. So dana has to be given with free mind, happy mind, whether it is small thing or big thing, that is not a matter. But it has to be offered. And when you offer, others should rejoice. In this word, rejoice goodness. Then you will be encouraged, yourself you'll be encouraging to do good. When others do good, you rejoice in it. How do you rejoice? Mentally say, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I rejoice. Anumodami. I rejoice. Whenever you see anything good outside, anybody doing good, whether they are your beloved people or unknown people or so-called enemies or whatever, anywhere you see good, rejoice. I rejoice. When you rejoice, you will also get the merits of that goodness. It is not that always you have to do the good. When you rejoice in others' good, that is also another meritorious act. In Kamma Vibhanga Sutta, Lord Buddha says karma, analysis of karma. Why some people are very influential? Because they have rejoiced in goodness of others. They encouraged others to do good. They were encouraged by others to do good. So that is how they become influenced. There were 2 persons. There is one incident I will quickly finish. Very interesting thing, you have to remember this. Pasenadi Kosala, he was in Savatthi. Pasenadi was great king during the time of Buddha. Lord Buddha came there with 500 monks to Jetavana after a tour, Dhamma tour. King went to Lord Buddha and he asked how is he, and he invited for next day's lunch. And he wanted to give the best, so he organized Lord Buddha and 500 monks grand Sanghadana, and then he invited the citizens also. And when they offered dana with his own hands, citizens thought, oh, our king has offered so nice dana. Tomorrow we will offer better than that. So they invited Lord Buddha, oh Bhagwan, tomorrow we want to offer to the whole Sangha, please come. They organized even in a very grand manner. And then what happened? They invited the king. King went there and saw what are the items. He said, what? These people have given even more items than me. I should be the best. So he went to Lord Buddha and said, oh Bhagwan, tomorrow please accept my invitation. Again with whole Sangha. Next day he prepared even more grand and he invited the citizens. They saw, oh my goodness, now the number of items have increased. Now they also invited. Like that, this dana competition went on for 6 days. One time king and one time citizens. Now, this last time when the citizens offered, they offered everything that is possible. And king was so depressed. He said, now I am lost. What to do? He was lying in a coach and he was thinking so sadly, what to do, what to do. Then Queen Mallika, who was very intelligent queen, she came and asked, oh king, what is the problem? You are looking so depressed. He said, oh Mallika, don't you know what happened? She asked, what happened? I am losing the game. These citizens have offered such grand Sanghadana that I am now I am losing the game. I want to do the best, but I could not. She said, oh king, you should not lose. You are a king. I will give you an idea. So she told how to organize now grandest Sanghadana. She said, in front of this golden palace, in the pavilion, organize very special seats, 500 seats, and very special seat for the Buddha. Very beautifully carved planks. Then she told, make 500 elephants to stand behind each monk and holding white umbrella, which is used only in the palace. And then she said, in between two monks, let there be one princess who will be grinding perfumes, some leaves and seeds. And in the center of the pavilion, all around the monks will be sitting. In the center, there will be 8 boats. And in these 8 boats, there will be pure water. And one princess is grinding the perfume. Another princess is taking that perfume and pouring into this water. The whole atmosphere is fully fragrant. So like that, it was around 500 monks. And between 2 monks, everywhere these princes will be there. And one princess will be fanning the monks. So like that, make 500 princes to fan, 500 princes to grind, 500 princes to take and pour into the water. and then you prepare all the items that are possible. Now, citizens don't have elephants, citizens don't have white umbrellas, citizens don't have princes. So they have to lose the game. So king was very happy and he organized next day. Then he made all the arrangements and he invited the Buddha. But there was one problem, last minute problem. What was that? 499 elephants were tamed elephants. There was one elephant which was wild, uncontrollable. So what to do now? If he again went to Mallika, oh queen, save me, queen, save me. She asked, what happened now? Now one elephant is wild elephant. That rogue will create all problems if we bring him. We don't have any other elephant. Then she thought, oh king, we have a solution. Lord Buddha is compassionate. She said, take that elephant behind Angulimala Bhante. Angulimala Bhante, you know, Angulimala, who was fierce, he was transformed and became monk, most compassionate monk. Anybody in front of him will be tamed. So now this rogue elephant, she told, make him to stand behind Angulimala Bhante. So they brought that elephant. So when all the monks got seated, they arranged very nicely, and Angulimala Bhante was invited on the seat where this rogue elephant was held. And the moment Bhante came there, he was so docile and tamed that his ears were down, and very calmly he was holding the umbrella. So like that, very grandest dhana was offered. And when this dhana was offered and the Pindapata bowls were taken, and the king and they themselves washed the Pindapata and all these things, they dried it and again gave back to the Buddha and all the monks. They sat for listening to Dhamma. Now Lord Buddha he saw, he wanted to give the Dhamma. But at that time, there were two ministers. One minister was called Kala, another was Junna. This Kala was thinking, oh, what a waste, what a waste. King has wasted so much of money. He spent 14 crores for that one day Sangadana, 14 crores gold coins. He was thinking, what a waste our foolish king has done. On the other hand, Minister Junna was thinking, what a wonderful dana our king has done. Sadhu, 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 anumodami. Lord Buddha became aware of these two minds. And he saw that if he gave now teachings, when somebody is having so much of anger and unpleasant jealousy, if he gives the Dhamma, this fellow will develop even more jealousy, and his head will be split into 7 and he will die, this Minister Kala. So the Buddha just gave 4 sentences, Gatha, and he walked away. And all the monks went. Now, in the evening, the whole day, king was so upset. What mistake I have done, that the Buddha did not give any teachings. He just gave small 4-line Gatha and went away. And this dana is incomparable. So in the evening, he goes to Lord Buddha. He salutes and says, oh Bhagwan, please forgive me, please forgive me. What happened? Did I do any mistake? Buddha asked, why? Because Lord did not teach any Dhamma for this grand dhana. Then the Buddha said, yes, King, your dhana is asadisa dhana, incomparable dhana. It happens only one time in one Buddha's lifetime, during Buddha's time. So that you have performed, incomparable. There is nothing left. Everything is offered in the best way. But because of these two ministers and this one minister thinking in a negative way, to save him out of compassion, I did not give the teaching. Then king called both the minister and asked, and they both accepted. And king said, Kala, whatever wealth I have given you so far, that is yours. But today itself, just get lost from my country. Get out. So he was banished from the country. And Junna, he said, what a wonderful minister you are. Now you enjoy doing meritorious deeds. I will make you 7 days as king. So he made him king for 7 days. And that Junna offered more and more dana, and he was did lot of meritorious things. And after 7 days, Lord Buddha gave teachings that about this Junna and who is really purest one, who is the developed one who has overcome asavas, defilements. And then Junna became Sotapanna. So this is the moral of the story. Don't be jealous, but rejoice in the dana. And when you offer dana, keeping Sangha as the object, that will bear immense merit to progress on the path of enlightenment.